for coming on for this interview. It's the first interview of 2023. So looking forward to see how it goes. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. So it's a cool way to start the new year off with a pretty cool interview.
Okay, so getting into it, the reason I brought you on for an interview is because I saw a 2K retainer of yours with a marketing agency. So I will want to go more into depth on that a bit later. But for now, what is your backstory? What were you doing before joining the real world?
Yeah, so because I'm based in Norway, and there's this thing in Norway that when you finish high school, you take 1 year off to save up money for college, essentially. So I went to college. I did take the 1 year off. I worked a 9 to 5 in a warehouse. Completely hated it. I every single day, and I always wanted to start something of my own. Like I always wanted to have my own business, have my own something. But I never knew how. You have all these. I think Ty Lopez was a thing back then, but I never knew how to start. I always wanted to, and then while I was working in this warehouse job, I discovered Tate, and then I started following him more and more, and like the stuff he said, I was like, yeah, this is right. Like, yeah, you're right. And then it just, kept being more and more right, stuff that he said. And then he started talking about, back then it was Hustlers University. And then I had a friend who was already in there, and I asked him, like, is it worth it? Like, yeah, you can join and you can check it out if it's for you. And it was $50, so why not? And I joined, and since then it's really been the best decision of my life so far. Joining that day, it was incredible, because one, it allowed me to actually quit the 9 to 5 I hated so much, and it just helped me start this career that I've always like low key been dreaming of, but never knew how to start. And like the professors in there, like they showed me like where to go, where to begin, what to do, etc. So that's what I've been doing. I've been working a warehouse job, a normal 9 to 5. I was a normal kid, drinking every weekend, working on normal 9 to 5. So that's where I come from.
Why did you choose copywriting?
Yeah, in high school, I had this topic of marketing, just in general marketing. And I always, like, in my opinion, that topic was like the best topic in school. Like I had all the top grades each time on every exam, every test in that top topic alone. And then high school was finished. I never went back to the marketing thing. I knew it existed. And I was like, all right, I'm going to study marketing in college. And that's like one of the dumbest thing you can do, in my opinion. But anyway, I always liked sales and marketing, because I found it to be a talent of mine early on, but I never expanded on it. And then I joined Hustlers University, now the real world. I joined and I saw there's this thing called copywriting, and I never heard about it. I thought it's something to do with movies and music and stuff. But then I learned more about it. And basically, it's creating ads, creating like sales emails, and as basic as it sounds, making people buy based on the written word, which is like, in my opinion, it's completely crazy that you can drive somebody's emotions based on what you're writing. So I knew it was. Then I learned it's something to do with marketing, something to do with sales. So I joined that. I started learning more, and I got completely obsessed because it was like literally the thing I wanted to do ever since high school. So I still am to this day, like completely obsessed about it. I absolutely love it. It makes me money, and it's just a fantastic skill set to have. And if you're like into marketing and into sales, like copywriting is it. It's beautiful, beautiful skill set.
Could you clarify why is going to college one of the worst ways to learn marketing?
Yeah, I mean, because I joined Hustlers University before I went to college, right? So the first semester I was in college was it was like 6 months, and we spent that time learning like the avatar, how to find an avatar, set up an avatar, business strategies, and this spin module. I don't know if you're familiar with that. For selling, there's like this special module you have for sales calls, etc. They taught us that for the 6 months, and all I can remember from those 6 months is find an avatar, spin module, and business strategy. I learned that in Hustlers University in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks' time, I learned something that university taught me in 6 months, which is like insane. So in my opinion, you don't need a degree to learn any skill for that matter. Like even selling or marketing, you don't need a university. Just find a skill and learn it online. It's that easy. And well, another thing, I skipped every single class in university. Like I didn't go because like, oh, I know this, like I know all of this. And then the exams came up. I never studied once for the exams. I just wrote based on what I knew from the real world, and I passed both of them. And I never studied. I just had that skill set. I had that experience that the real world gave me.